Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to your place of chill. That is the Kauffie Company, live here, of course, on the Kauffie Company and Tottenham on tour, the world-famous home of Levy out and
your place of rehab for all you Frankaholics out there. Yes! Yes. I'm so happy. I am so happy. Honestly, I am on.
You finally got what you wanted after 4 million years.
Do you know what? Like, I woke up this morning. Like I said, my sleep is bonkers again, and I'm hardly sleeping. I woke up at 2:47 a.m. Checked my phone. Was like, oh Jesus Christ! It's stupid o'clock in the morning. Just quickly scrolling through my phone as you do when you wake up. Boom! 9 minutes later, here we go. Frank to Tottenham. It was all totally worth it. I did that the same day that Donna Cullen got the boot. I woke up at stupid o'clock.
Honestly, what's it called? It's your Levy sensors.
Mate, I am buzzing. I am so happy with this appointment. People would have seen me since this has been in the works. Honestly, I can't remember wanting a manager so badly in my entire. I mean, when Conte came, that was great, whatever. But Frank, I will get into it. I am just so goddamn happy.
Great stuff. What? I've already got my coffee, as you just saw, but it's time to welcome the 44 of you that are watching on both the Kauffie Company and Tottenham on Tour. If one of my moderators can put the links for both shows, so anyone that is watching on either channel can subscribe. And it's, of course, now both daytime nominated shows on Spurs Kings TV. But I've got a bone to pick with you, Marlon and Ash. I love you geezers. It's the Cough Derby. You put the Cough versus the Cough. It's like me wrestling myself because it's Tottenham on Tour versus the Kauffie Company. I haven't got the link for it, but if you can find it, we are nominated. So vote for us in the Spurs Kings TV's award. Either of us. A win for the Kauffie Company. A win for the Kauffie Company is a win for Tottenham on Tour, and a win for Tottenham on Tour is a win for the Kauffie Company. We're like the Royal Rumble, Aki, where tag team partners go in it and we fight everyone because we're both in the daytime category.
We can say we're against each other.
They've forgotten that you're international because you're based in Canada, so we're an international channel as well.
Yeah, but the good thing is, people will say we've been put against each other. Other people can say we've got two chances of winning it compared to everyone else.
Yes, we do.
So, it's either way, but vote. Happy Frank Day, everyone. Happy Frank Day. That's what today is.
Let's see who's in the house to take us through the show. Big up Marlon and Mash, by the way, for making that thing. It's really great of them. Absolute top boys over at Spurs Kings TV. Wonderful, wonderful folk there. We have Colin Grossimano in the house. Double winner, European champion. Good to see you, buddy. Aussie Ange hater, YouTube member, and of course, European champion. Jessica, European champion. Davey and Pam, European champion.
Davey and Pam are two of my very close friends that come to Scotland Yard.
Great stuff.
Coming this season, top man.
European champions. Richest man, European champion. Indeed. We have Angus, runners-up in the Premier League, 2 seasons in a row. Good to see you, Tom, European champion. The number one Akbar in the world. He's a YouTube member on the Kauffie Company and, of course, European champion. Johnny, oi, oi, European champion. We got Ian Ferguson, YouTube member, European champion. Finn's in the house. Oh, wait, never mind. Good to see you, Finn, the European champion. European champion. And, of course, YouTube member. Finally, we get our first choice. Indeed. European champion. Ian saying, I'm just excited. He's got his coaches and medical staff. I think we'll keep the Spurs medical team, but of course they will be.
I don't know, mate. I really don't know if he's keeping his medical. All will be revealed when Spurs come out.
All will be revealed. We got Adieri. Sim's not here, buddy. Sim's not here, but good to see you, Adieri. How are you? Thomas Frank, manager of Spurs. Hotspurs manager, Ray?
I've got no idea.
Good to see her. We got the bald bean cancer, European champion.
I love that name.
I've got to answer this because I made a post on my Instagram page yesterday and I was asking what was I drinking. I was drinking a decaf flat white because it was 5 o'clock. So I needed to try my new decaf. So there you go, Leo. There you go, buddy. There you go. It was a decaf flat white. We have the Too Much Show. Don't need a dressing gown. Good to see you, buddy. YouTube member, European champion. Both of them are European champions. Atavakron Wembley won, European champion. Tom, European champion. My award from Kauffie Company. Yes, it is. The most toxic YouTube creator in the world, according to the Kauffie Company. Adam, Darren Sachs, European champion. Shoe Boy, European champion. And, of course, YouTube member. Rob Welsh. Good to see you, buddy. Hopefully you're well.
Mate, what a game. I heard about how incredible that game was.
It was.
I can imagine the stress. I can imagine the stress, buddy. But Craig Bellamy's doing great.
He is. Curly Norman, European champion. Definitely Main, European champion. Ryan McFarlane, European champion. Barbaric Disdain. Good to see you, buddy. European champion. Of course, YouTube member. Christian Rara. Spursy Rob. All European champions. Eric E, European champion. He's happy to be on the Thomas the Tank Engine. We have Kudos. Good to see you, buddy. European champion. The Too Much Show with 12 months of membership. Good to see you. Thank you so much, buddy. Levy may as well buy Brentford. Big up. Alfie Hall, European champion. Any more? We have Daniel Sandoval. One love indeed. One love indeed. European
champion. Barbarics, because I saw Barbarics and I was laughing.
Hello to Barbaric.
I didn't get a chance to respond to the fake Brit. Is it?
Yes, he is.
This guy is so funny. I love him. I love him dearly. Good old Barbaric. Yeah, but listen, Thomas Frank. How is everyone feeling? It is a great day. And do you know what? I am going to start this with actually saying well done to Tottenham and all involved. Because like someone said in the chat, for the first time we had one target and we went and got him quick. He had to. Don't get me wrong. He had to.
Yeah.
But Tottenham normally are very, very slow to deal with this. Normally drags out or there's some kind of... Spurs have acted. Whether that is... I mean, there's been tweets going and don't believe what you've written. Whether that's me and my Levy PhD in bullshit, they've said Levy was key in getting this done. Well, whether he was, whether he wasn't, this is a guy that has come out and said that Munn was the guy that appointed Ange Postecoglou, and he didn't want anything to do with it, and he had to be convinced because it went tits up. So damage limitation for me from Levy, but if he had something to do with it, well done, because I've wanted this man for 2 years or 2 and a bit years, and all of it is over now. We at Tottenham Hotspur have got an incredible coach, head coach. This honestly, it's a big day for Tottenham, and I'm like I said, my heart is very much, and my head is in this, that I think Spurs have got a manager, coach, whatever, that is literally going to turn heads and surprise people and get us back up where we should be.
One thing I really liked about Thomas Frank, according to a few journos, Daniel Levy met with Thomas Frank at the weekend. I don't know if that's true or not, but apparently Thomas Frank has told Levy and he's told the board he doesn't want he wants to be involved with the people they pick, but he doesn't want to be involved with transfers. He wants to be involved only about managing the team, and this is music to my ears. Do you know what that does for me, Brian? Any bad transfer, I am not going to blame Thomas Frank at all, because he has already said, I am not involved with transfers. He's not taken the flak for something that's not his fault. Yes, maybe when it comes to things on the pitch, if the team's conceding too many goals or not doing this, or fitness of the team or injuries, he will take that on board. But when it comes to transfers, both barrels will be directly on Johan Lang, if he's coming back, Fabio Paratici, and of course, the man we always like to wiggle our fingers at.
Yep.
I want all the problems of players being brought in to be at the board, and of course the recruitment team. Because there's one thing I think Ange, as much as I'm not going to talk about Ange brought a lot of it on himself. And I think that was unfair because I don't think Ange got everyone he necessarily wanted. He didn't necessarily get what he wanted, but he took the flack anyway because he tried to show a bit of leadership. Thomas Frank's not having that. He's not having it. He's going to say, I'm giving you a fantastic football coach and a fantastic person to develop your football team, but everything else, go with your recruitment team. Put your thing at that. And I think Thomas Frank is the guy who's going to steady the ship, and I think he's going to be the guy to bring everyone back on board. And I'm really liking this appointment. This is and as Angus said, Thomas Frank last year against the top 6 got the joint most with Manchester City. That is nothing to be scoffed about. With a team with the 19th highest budget in the Premier League getting 21 points against the Big 6. This is a man that knows how to beat big teams. And if we give him the tools, I think we will be a lot higher up in that table.
I think people have got to start getting excited by him. And I hope now, because I've seen it all over social media in YouTube chats, I think a lot of heat and put downs that Frank is getting is because of Ange anger. Like road rage and rage, let's call it. And I don't think it would have mattered who the manager was. I don't think he would have... anyone would have come in and got the heat. People wanted us to have a coach. We've got a coach. I hope now people can see, and when we start signing some players, if there is the odd random one that we don't know, that you haven't heard of, just go look at the developments of players Thomas Frank has had under him. The styles of play is going to change. We will have a manager now, and if you watch videos again that I've put up that are with how he adapts to Big 6, how he plans for the opponent, there will be a lot of things. We've had a lot of things. One of the things you should be very excited about as well, is Mickey van der Ven. And why I say Mickey van der Ven is we will not be playing such a high line. We will be playing with a 6. So his last minute recovery sprints are going to drop. Yeah. He's going to have protection, as is the other defenders. So not just, but it's going to be crucial for Mickey's fitness. We all speak about Mickey's fantastic, but he misses XYZ amount of games due to hamstrings.
61% of the games he plays. He only plays 61% of games.
So that's going to go down. There'll be a new training methods to revitalise the players. I think as well, as soon as he gets in, I think a lot of the players that we think are going to lead a player revolt, I don't think there will be. I think players will lead. I think the only one player revolt, big up Broomy, Romero is the biggest one. I think he still hasn't come out and said anything. I
personally think that Romero will want to move on, but I hope he stays, because I think if Romero stays, I've heard that Romero is actually now going to be Argentina's captain after Messi. After Messi retires, Romero will be Argentina's captain. So that would be a massive thing to have Argentina's captain, a World Cup winner, as the captain of Tottenham Hotspur. If he stays, I see him as the captain for the next 3 years. If he signs a contract, if he doesn't want to sign a contract, ship him out the door as quickly as possible. Find a buyer for him and ship him out the door. We can't have players running their contracts down. That's not acceptable.
Yeah, he's and if Romero does stay and we do play a back 5, Van der Ven, Romero down. So Van der Ven, Romero, Dragusin, or a combination of them. Obviously, if we do go back 3, we need another defender. We need another defender to be able to rotate. But knowing, and I've seen a lot of people saying in the chats as well, going into games now, people will feel more that he's given the opposing team a bit of respect and worked on them and worked on how to neutralize their tactics. Also, like I said, there's so many tactic videos of showing how good. Big up, Scott. I am, and Leo and who else was it? Leo and Ian have just mentioned the no dickheads policy.
This is my favourite policy. This is my favourite. As soon as I heard him say, I like my squad because there are no dickheads in it, there was that, bring him in, get him in. That's my guy. That's what I want. No dickheads.
He's going to bring it. And now what we'll see, what we should see now is we've heard so many things building up throughout the season about let's all be united as a fan base. Let's all get behind the team. Well, let's see if that happens now. Let's see if that happens now. Obviously, there was a huge amount of divide towards the tail end of Ange. People changing their opinion like myself or people very, very staunch out, very, very staunch in. Well, now let's see if people can be united with a manager because everyone said they wanted a coach. And I heard so many times about if we get a better coach, a coach that could develop would have these players up the league. Well, let's see. Let's see with a coach that will coach. These players will develop. These players will develop. The systems are going to change. Or what's Paddy's question? Paddy, I'll tell you, I've said this, but my predictions for next season, whether it had been Ange Postecoglou, whether it had been Thomas Frank or anyone else, was get back into the top 8 of the Premier League, get out of the group stages of the Champions League, go as, like, for me, win the FA Cup, and the Carabao, I'll be very relaxed on because it's his first time managing Europe and 4 competitions in one season. So I think, yeah, this is the thing, Paddy. I think I am. I think I've had a bang to the head. But I would say whatever manager will come in, I'm going to be realistic this season. I mean, I don't know what other people think. Where is everyone? We got 141 in the chat. Just put Premier League position as an expectation, not because people have got to stop thinking, if there are any, that whoever came in, we're getting back in the top 4. It's not. Set the bar, realistic expectations. For me, it's top 8, get out of the Champions League. Carabao Cup, not concerned. Or would love to win, but not bothered. And go for the FA Cup big time. Let's see what other people say, because that's what we got to do. Definitely, Mane, I'll be reaching out to you on Instagram, because people, like I said, tomorrow I will do mate, welcome, Graham. Graham's a Frankaholic. It's what we like to hear. I will be doing a fan show tomorrow at some point. I'll confirm the time later. I will be doing a Thomas Frank fan show where you all can come on. I'll put the link on StreamYard. Everyone can come on and have their say about him. But yeah, I think what we've got to do as a fan base right now is have realistic targets, realistic, genuine targets. It's not. I don't even think if we've got Xavi or Zidane to come out of his semi-kind of retirement, out of work, he'd be able to get top 4 or top 6, or sorry, maybe top 6. But we've got to be serious about the teams above us and how they're spending already. Yeah. Ben, what's your expectation season 1?
Expectation is to get to build a solid unit. That's all I want. A solid unit. I want to see the young players that we've got. I want to see the young players we've got, the Bergvals, the Archie Grays, the Mikey Moores. I want to see the young prospects we've got in the team given game time, and I want to see them given coaching. If we keep the solid base, that's what all good teams are built on, a solid base. If we get into a well-organised unit, I think with some of the firepower, Brendan Johnson got 25 goal contributions last season in a sputtering system. If Brendan Johnson is coached and he's put as a shadow striker, like I know Brendan Johnson should be, I see Brendan Johnson getting 20 goals a season. That's why Thomas Frank wanted him at Brentford, because he can give him a similar thing to what Mbermo does. Back post goal. How many early goals did Mbermo score last year because of the way Thomas Frank sprints out of the trapped goal? They did it against us. They scored in like 20 seconds, didn't they? I think some of these players will be so much better. Udogie, I think Udogie and Porro are going to fly under his system if he allows them to maraud forward and go wide and whip balls in. I think James Maddison, if he's given space in the middle of the park, I think he can start dictating play again. Every single player will get better under him because that's what he does. He is a coach. He will, minimum, everyone will improve 10%. And the players like the Bergvals, the sky's the limit. The sky's the limit for some of these players. And I'm looking forward to seeing what he does with Archie Gray in particular. I'm sounding like Lubo Jr.
You are. But Joe, I can tell you who is going to... I tell you a player that is going to hugely be a beneficiary of this is Dominic Solanke.
I agree.
Go and watch the attacking way he plays and how he has his number 9 in the box constantly. He is going to be a lot more prolific. Not that it will be hard. It wasn't the best of season goal return wise. Work rate and everything, brilliant. He is suited. Dominic Solanke. If Richarlison goes, we need another striker, regardless.
Yeah.
And if we can get not that it would happen, I'm going to say my favourite man, Bucharest. Not that it's going to happen in a million years, but Solanke will be in the box a hell of a lot more this season. A hell of a lot more. I think exactly. FC. When we signed Solanke last season, we needed to get a very, very good winger in that had some brilliant crossing ability, and we didn't. And he had to keep going so deep to get the ball.
I expect to see Pedro Porro firing balls in the air.
Yeah.
Firing balls in the air and allowing Solanke to be a tall bastard and use his head more. I want to see that. I want to see Udogie running at people like he will as a wing back. That's if we go. We don't know what Thomas Frank will do because the thing I love about, as Leo said earlier in the chat, in certain games he'll start as a 4 and then he'll go to a 3, then he'll go to a 5. Do you know,
realistically, because Jessica's put one in.
They can mould.
Jessica's put one in. People in the chat, realistically, being realistic now, if we could go get a striker, realistically, who would it be? Now, I wanted Vlahovic before he went to Juventus, but then when Spurs said no to his 300 grand a week demand over Kane, I completely agreed with the club. Completely agreed with the club. I still wanted Gyökeres, but Vlahovic for 20 million in a Thomas Frank team is not a bad punt.
I've not been that impressed with Vlahovic at Juventus though, Aki. I've not been that impressed with him.
No, he's
not recaptured his form that he had at Fiorentina, and it's not like he's gone to a different league, a different start. He's in Italy still. He's only gone like 2 hours down the road. So I'm a bit. Vlahovic for 300 grand a week is still a massive no for me.
No. If he's demanding that, it's a go do one.
Semenyo is a good one. I really like Semenyo.
Semenyo is heating up. We discussed it last night on We Are Tottenham TV. What was bring that up previous comment up? Because I'm so yeah. So I'm getting Sixers, but listen, Spurs YouTubers. There's times where we're never going to agree. There are times where we're never ever going to agree, whether it be a player, whether it be Levy, whether it be anyone. Like I've said, Si, I think it's a lot of and rage that whoever the manager came in was going to be the recipient of this. I don't understand it myself. I don't understand. I will say as well, there was a guy that We Are Tottenham TV on that was on We Are Tottenham TV yesterday. I shared it within the Tottenham on Tour group. Was a Brentford fan talking about what Thomas Frank has done for Brentford and everything. And if you just sit back and listen to him, he's actually very well spoken. It was a great interview. They are absolutely heartbroken. And obviously they would be. The guy has given absolutely tremendous service and made that club a Premier League regular. I do not understand where this hatred has come from. And it's not just YouTubers. You can see it on social media. This is what happens with this football club. Divide and conquer. Let's all attack everything else rather than what we should have done. But we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. I know Frank's going to be a success. How long it takes him to get us back up to like the peak Poch days, that's what everyone. But like, it's now. Listen, we've got the coach that we know can develop players, can change his tactics, and knows can bring quality and success to a team. And let's face it, what he brought to Brentford was deemed brilliant success for them. Now it comes back to the same old problem that we have all the time, which is, will the board back him? Will the board deliver? Will the board bring transfers in quick? It all goes back to him. It comes back to him. Do you know what, Adam? I actually think Solomon will be back at Leeds. I think when he comes, the pod will. The pod. What was I say? I've just seen a comment.
How you got to chill?
Yeah, I don't need it. I am very chill. I am very chill. I am very. I am absolutely ecstatic. Absolutely ecstatic.
Yeah, we're happy. We like being happy.
Mate, this honestly, I am.
We're as chill as this iced coffee, which you can get at the Kauffie Company for £3.50.
Do you know what?
Go to your coffee company for your local caffeine. Iced coffees are available in oat milk and regular milk for only 50p extra on the oat milk.
I have to say,
merchandising for the day.
I have to say that I honestly think right here, right now, apart from winning the Europa League, this is the happiest day I've had as a Spurs fan for a very long time, probably since Ajax. I am so over the moon with this. I am so ecstatic. I am, honestly, this is a big day. It's a big day for Tottenham. And I look forward to people turning their opinion on Frank. I think, honestly, I am so happy. So happy. I am hyper. I am delighted. It's good. It's all good. You're going to see it everywhere on streams. Unless I'm going for Levy, you're going to see a calm, happy, chilled Daigle. But when it comes to the man Levy, never. But it's honestly. Well,
I don't want
Davey, he won't be on the cheap. He'll be free. He'll be absolutely free. It was released yesterday. I don't want him back as a player. You were mentioning yesterday as a coach, weren't you?
Yeah.
Whether he wants to hang his boots up or not, I do not want him back as a player. I do not.
He's finished as a footballer. It's good stuff, Anurag. Good stuff.
It is big up, Anurag.
I'm so excited to see some of these young players like Jamie Donnelly. I want to see Jamie Donnelly given a chance to develop. He had a really good season at Leyton Orient last year. I would like to see him on loan at West Bromwich Albion. Sorry, Ryan.
Or Birmingham. People keep forgetting Birmingham.
Or Birmingham. I want to see him in the Championship, but I think Thomas Frank can coach this guy. I seriously think he's got something, this kid. And Thomas Frank, he's got a great mentality. He's got a great ethic. He loves the Spurs because he's a Spurs boy. I can see Jamie Donnelly doing really well under Thomas Frank. But if he gets a loan to the Championship, I'll be very happy.
I think Donnelly, Devine, Vuskovic are three people that definitely need a Championship loan before being blooded into the Premier League. They need a Championship loan, and once they've had that loan, bang, next season you're in. But obviously, if Frank says no, I'm keeping them because I see something. What about when you're on the march for all the? Oh yeah, that was also a very okay. So winning the Europa League, Thomas Frank's appointment, marching with change for Tottenham. There you go. The three most glorious days recently for me as a Spurs fan.
I don't think Højbjerg is not going to be a coach. He's now completed his move to Marseille. I bet he's kicking himself because he loves Thomas Frank. Him and Thomas Frank are very good friends outside of football. I bet he's really kicking himself that he has now got the job. But it is what it is. I don't think Højbjerg would work anyway in a Thomas Frank side. He's not technically gifted enough. But We'll have to wait and see. Has Mbeumo gone to Man United yet? No, talks are progressing. I don't think Spurs will go on this because it's a £65 million fee and £250,000 a week. They quintupled his wages. So I don't think that's going to happen.
The wages are apparently 200. I do think there is a slight, skinny chance, but I would say it's too late along the line with Manchester United. And he says that he's a Manchester United fan. It may be too late to get that one done. But what I will say, and I was talking about it with Ben and Sim on the late night show last night, I don't know if other people are seeing what I'm seeing, or I'm just looking into this too much. We've had players like Mbeumo being linked to us for obvious reasons. But if you look at the speculation, the people that we're being linked to, you've obviously got the first choice ones there. But if you look at the second choice, they're not further down the line here. They are genuine quality up here. They're either on the same or just a bit below. And it looks like the players we're being linked with, for once, are in designated positions that we actually need strengthening. They're not, here, the scattergun we normally have.
Yeah.
They look to be targeted positions, and the quality of the links, obviously it could be all speculation and buzzword bingo, which, by the way, come Friday when we update it, there are some humdingers. It looks like the targets are of a very good quality. I just want to say big up to Luke, who I've just seen in here. Spotlight on Spurs. Check him out. Brand new channel. I just think
nominated for Breakout Channel of the Year.
And I will say,
we got to have Luke on at some point. He's a good lad.
Damn right. I will say, spoiler alert, I did vote for Luke in that.
Did you? Who did you vote for? Tottenham on Tour or the Kauffie Company? It's a domestic.
I declined to answer on the. Wait, who did you vote for?
The Kauffie Company.
Well, then one for one. One for one then. One for one.
Honest.
One for one.
Phil P. Woo! The Beast of Bilbao, European champion, and of course, the myth, the legend, Saint Frank the Tank. Let's go streak into the quad. Thank you so much for the super chat, Phil P. Woo!
Mate, we need to. So we'll talk after. We need to get some Frank merchandise.
Yes.
We need to get some Frank.
There will be a Thomas the Tank engine.
Big up, Sam. Do you know? Wait, go back to Sam's comment. I'm buzzing with you. I'm worried about the youth under. I worried about our youth underage, but I'm really excited to see what Frank will do. Exactly. There are so many coming through. He's used youngsters before. I just think, honestly, I think he's going to develop, and I think as well, the loans we send out will be very much planned with their development in mind. Paddy, with the window, obviously the first one's about to close. But I think now it's coming, now it's done. I think Spurs will have their targets, and we'll go for them. I just hope once the window reopens, Spurs move quickly. Move quickly and get it done. Do you know what, Joey? I know what people say we're leaving. Always, for me, whenever you talk about Spurs and a new manager and transfers, there's always a very, very dark grey cloud over your head, and that cloud is Daniel Levy. But I'm just hoping Vinay, Charrington coming in, and hopefully new board members will literally say, right, we're addressing this. If Paratici, big up Tweaky, if Paratici is there, I just hope they're saying, right, transfer strategy. Or if even Vivian has got anything to do with it at the moment and says, right, this ain't happening anymore. We do this, this, and this. This summer, do you know what? This summer, every year we hear this will be the summer where Spurs make moves, where Spurs go nuts, Spurs take advantage. And every year it's like, yeah, of course we will, bollocks, blah, blah, blah. This summer will be a key indication to what's going on at boardroom level. If quality comes in, like genuine quality over quantity, then you've got to start believing something is happening at Tottenham Hotspur beyond ENIC and Levy, and things are about to happen. But this window, I think, is the biggest window in Daniel Levy's history, or Levy and ENIC's tenure, to see the direction of the club.
Yeah,
I really do.
I agree.
That's a good question. Go up to Sam's again. Go up to Sam's again. Guys, do me a favour. Guys and girls in the chat, there's almost 200, there's 219 of you in here. If you do have any questions, just put a Q dash or TOT dash so we see them, so we don't just scan through them like that.
I have so many comments.
I tell you what, if you had to say first teamers, we're talking first teamers we currently have, and you had to mention 3 that you think are going to absolutely thrive, who's your 3, Ben?
Porro, Bergval, and Maddison.
Okay, for me, Porro, Solanke, Brennan Johnson.
I forgot about Brennan Johnson. Shit.
Brennan Johnson.
Getting rid of Maddison, and I'm bringing in Brennan Johnson.
Can I just say all the love in the world to a very dear friend of mine called Junior Mafia, who loves to bait me, who loves to literally put stuff in to put a smile on my head. Yes, mate. Look, he got his good looks from somewhere, didn't he? He's imitating me. Me. I love Junior Mafia. Big up to you, buddy.
Good to see you, Jordan. Good to see you, buddy.
And I have said to Nathan, Aussie Frag Lover, he's got to change his name now, and he's going to Aussie. He has done it. I've just realised. He has done big up. I was about to say Aussie. I just saw big up. That mate. Go on, you go first.
Our number one target for me is a defensive midfielder. It can be any of them. It could be in the veins of a Hjulmand, a Douglas Luiz. I really like Sander Berg. Me and Koovs both like. I think Sander Berg is a really good one because he will bring a bit of underrated calmness to the midfield. He's a bit more defensively solid. But I do like players like Douglas Luiz. I think Douglas Luiz would be really good at Spurs. But let's stick with someone like a Sander Berg, someone who's a bit calm, a bit defensive, someone's going to glue the team together because that's what we need in front of our back four. No nonsense, underrated calmness. What does everyone else think?
Well, after that, just to bring up another thing just very quickly. You've got number 6, so I'll go elsewhere. I think we need a Semenyo and Buemo Oreze. So I think we need that trickery, that directness. But I will say, do you know what was a big topic of conversation yesterday was Nathan Collins.
Yeah.
Nathan Collins, and people like, oh my God, what's he doing? Bringing Nathan Collins because of the name and Brentford, whatever. His stats are better than Branthwaite's playing for Brentford. He played every single minute of every single Premier League game last season for Brentford, which has got music to our ears or something. But listen, what I think we need as well, and we got to realise, is there's some players, like a Scotty Parker, he was no bells and whistles. He had a job to do and he did it impeccably. Sometimes you just need some of these players that could just come in and do their goddamn job. No bells and whistles. So not that I've watched Nathan Collins a lot or know enough about him, but the uproar, I think the uproar was apparently if Romero goes, Nathan Collins comes in. That is a big drop off name wise and stature wise. But we've got to start. It's like people being very, very anti-Frank because he's only Thomas Frank. He's been at Brentford. We got to start looking at players that will definitely improve the team or at least come in and do a job. And I have to say very quickly before we go on to the next question, you were talking about number 6.
We've got a super chat.
I just want to say one thing. 2 seconds. You were talking about number 6. Stephen Wilson's got it bang in. Paulinho.
Paulinho is a good one, but he is 30 this year. He is 30.
Okay, we need experience.
And we've got a super chat from the Sheriff, which I don't know where the Sheriff is watching, but you can go on the red. There is a Brennan Johnson shirt, and it just says "Deal with it," and it's Brennan Johnson wearing his glasses and holding the Europa League. So there isn't a JDL shirt, but there is a Brennan Johnson shirt. So you can buy that on the Kauffie Company's Redbubble page, which my Nightbot on my channel was just posted there. You can get all the pictures in the world, and you said you'd get it. And you haven't, Sheriff.
All right, we'll go through a few questions because there's a few more piling up. So the first one, Curly Norman. Who do you realistically believe our first impact? Okay, we've kind of covered that. Or did you say when, or did you say who? Who? Yeah, I think Spurs will be. I think when the window reopens, I think we'll make a quick signing. I think we will make a quick signing, and then we'll see what goes on. And I think number 6 is going to be huge for him, but I don't know if that will be the first signing. Ben, when do you think the first signing will be done?
I think it will be done in the next window. I don't think it will be done. I don't think it will be done in this window before the World Club Cup, unless we're bringing in like free transfers. But in terms of first new player coming in, I think it won't be done until after. But it doesn't matter, does it? You can sign anyone at any time. I'm going to say it's not until the next window starts. I don't think we'll sign someone before the Club World Cup, and we don't really need to. But let's wait to see who's getting knocked out. There are a few free transfers about. They've got the likes of Jonathan David. You've got the likes, some people, Junior Matthews say Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Absolutely no, thank you. No, thank you.
Last week, I put a bet in. Oh, or not a bet in. I put one of my transfer buzzword bingos up, and I said, how long or what date do you predict the first Dominic Calvert-Lewin rumour to appear? And there's loads of people putting votes, and it was actually June the 7th. June the 7th was the first. If we sign him, I'll go nuts. Ian, with this question, I don't think Levy's been told anything. Lewis has brought in Charrington and Vinay for a very specific reason. There's definitely something going on. I from what everyone's hearing, there's a bit of turmoil between the Levy-Lewis relationship when it comes to Tottenham. I think, obviously, Levy's the big man with the big title. But I personally, I don't know if you feel the same, Ben. I think Charrington and Vinay have come in, and they are pretty much sorting things out that side of like sale-wise.
I think Peter Charrington, in all but name, I think Peter Charrington is now the big dog on the board, because he manages Joe Lewis's share of the club. And that's the majority of the EEST share of Tottenham Hotspur Football Club. Daniel Levy might have the title chairman, but Charrington has more buying power on that board. He can buy more people because he's got more say and he's got more ownership of the football club, technically, because he manages the trust. There is something going on. I don't think it's a purchase of the club, not to pour water on everyone's jeans. I don't think in everyone's dreams. I don't think there is a massive sale at the club. Maybe a stake of it will be sold, maybe 15 to 20%. But I think it's now time for Lewis's succession plan, because the man's in his late 80s, early 90s. It's time for his succession plan. And I think this is it in action. And this is the start of it. And I don't think there's turmoil within the Levy-Lewis family. I just think this is time for Lewis's family to start picking up the slack. Levy's taken all of the burden of running the club on for these last sort of 20 years, I would say. It's time for the Lewis family to start doing their job as well. So this is what I think. I think Charrington is to bring the succession plan of who's going to be running the football club as the owner.
I have to say, before we go on to the next question, there's 2 comments just to bring up. First of all, thank you very much, Stephen. It is very, very nice to hear such kind words said about us, and you'll be seeing a lot more of us as the summer goes on. Have a great day, whatever you're doing. And let me just tell you, Junior Mafia is one of the biggest Levy out people you will ever see. I mean, the biggest, one of the biggest. And just when you see him, just admire his humour. He is brilliant at all these things. He is a top man.
Now he said this.
There you go. From one extreme to the other. Right, the next question was, I don't know a lot about him. I haven't watched a lot of Italian football recently.
Fratesi is very, very good. I don't see Spurs buying him. It depends how he gets on, and it depends if the new manager of Inter, because they've now appointed Christian Kivu as the new manager. One of the things I'm really hoping, I really want Kivu to wear his skull cap when he's managing. Kivu, if he's anywhere near Inter Milan, has to have his rugby helmet. Otherwise, it's not Kivu for me. He should be wearing it when he's managing. What a legend that guy is. He is a genuine football legend. Depends if he wants him there. I think Fratesi will be staying at Inter. That's my opinion. If he wants to go, then there's someone we can look at.
Big up, Finn. Big up, buddy. So 3 players for Frank to bring with him to Brentford. Let's take Mbuemo out of the picture because it looks like it'll be United to get him. Who's your 3?
Oh,
and do you know what? We have to be realistic with this as well. I really hope Brentford don't get stripped for parts. I really hope.
Brentford. I respect.
I've got such a soft spot for Brentford and how they run as a club and what they do for the community. I really hope that they are not stripped for parts. Ben, I mean, I can't see them letting Wissa go. Although if the offer comes in, I think Lewis Potter's been very good for them.
I don't think we'll take many players from them.
I don't think he will be allowed to. I think Lewis Potter's done well for them. Janssen in their midfield is very, very good. And obviously, there's the room with Collins.
Yeah,
there's the room for Collins.
But there's be one young centre back. I think he's 23, 24, isn't he?
He's 24. He's 24. And I will say, people will say, "Oh, you're only saying Collins now because of the rumours and Frank." And damn right, I'm not going to confess to be a Collins knowledgeable person or anything. But like I said, if Thomas Frank wants them, then that is more than I need to know.
He thinks he can work with them.
This. I wanted to get to.
I'm going to say
go on, you go first.
We're not going to get 3 of them. I'd love to have Mbuemo. I just don't see it happening. Let's go with Visser. Visser to compete with Dominic Solanke or even to play with him. I like Visser.
I'm going to bring up Paddy's now. And Paddy, do you know what, buddy? This will just show what's happening as Spurs fans. Because if that happens, all the people that were like back the manager under Ange at any time in his career, and people were turning against him, back the manager, back the team, back the manager, back the team. If he gets off to a bad start, remember Pochettino got off to a bad start. He was a Harry Kane deflected free kick away from losing his job. He hasn't got off to the best starts when he's been at Brentford or Brøndby. It's a wholesale change in style of play and everything. If we don't get off to a good start and straight away, and I know from certain sections the nice will come out, and then it's like, well, wait a minute, people. We've all been saying, whether during Ange or whatever, always back the manager and back the team and support the team. And people that are leaving out and have tried to say to not go to games or boycott whatever, it's been told that we don't know what we're doing and that's not respecting the team. Then if the fans come out and start turning against Frank after a poor start, then it'll just show that this fan base just want to argue with each other. And Levy is just up top laughing his head off at how we just keep going at each other. I think we have got to fully get behind this guy. I certainly will. Agree. Listen, I'm going to be his first line of defence. You're going to have to go through me to get to Thomas Frank. That's what's going to have to happen. Yeah. You're going to have to get through me to get to Thomas Frank. Like I said, hopefully the players will be a lot fitter. The players will have, with the new fitness regime and obviously not as much running and bombarding forward all the time. Hopefully their fitness levels will be better. Hopefully the squad will be, well, he's going to have to rotate the squad with Champions League. He's going to have an eye on the Champions League. So without
FDL,
without, yeah, exactly, mate, exactly, Mark. Wait a minute, is the next question we had? Yeah, it was. Just wait, after Paddy. Yeah, the next question was starred. I know I could have gone into the start section. Why aren't I? Do you think we'll make a marquee signing or just wigwams and teepees? I'm getting tense just thinking about it. Very good. That's very right. I think there will be a marquee signing. Yeah. I think there will. I think there will be a marquee signing. Who that may be, and it depends. A lot of people will say, "What do you define as a marquee signing?" Would people define? If I said we signed Semenyo tomorrow, is that classed as a marquee signing?
I think so.
I think so. That's the other thing. What do you define as a marquee signing?
A signing that's really going to improve the team, that goes straight into the team, is what I would say.
Is that everyone's interpretation? Because that's the thing.
Someone like James Maddison for me is a marquee signing. I think James Maddison is a marquee signing. Someone of his quality.
If we were to get, or we've got Frank in, if we got Eze in and Levy out, my life is complete.
Yeah.
My life is done. I can go. I've seen a Spurs trophy in Europe. I've completed life. I've completed life. If that happens, I mean, who would people say in the chat? We'll go through these questions, obviously, but who would people class as their marquee signing? But whilst the people,
a marquee signing for this summer, Eberechi Eze. If we sign him, that's a wow. Yes.
Without a doubt. Without a doubt. But obviously, be realistic with the marquee signings. Let's go on to George Olsen. Big up, George. Didn't Lewis step away due to age or law breaking? One of the two, or maybe a bit of both. It's Joe's. Vivian is in charge of most things. It's Vivian's name plastered all over everything. She can't stand Daniel Levy, so I love her. She's immediately got my respect. Absolutely adore her. Never said I don't know what she looks like, let alone what. I'm
not going to comment because I don't know.
I will comment on this because let's just say she has wanted a change of direction with this football club and certainly a change of chairman. But Lewis is nothing. It's just a name now. Good friend of mine. Good friend of mine, Jeff. You've met Jeff and the Coach and Horses. Ben, you've met Jeff loads of times. I'm technically unemployed now. I've decided I'm going to start protesting for the new owners out. I'll be the first one. We get new owners in. I'll be like, right, I've got that one out. Let's bitch and moan about the other one. I have said, Jeff, when Levy goes, you know, like when a reality star comes out of the show, they're like the hot topic and they're at everything, like A-list things. And then within a few weeks, they're like at the opening of an envelope. That's going to be me once the new owners have gone or new owners have come in. I will have to. I will have to reflect on my material.
Carl Walker Peters,
mate, he's coming. He's coming.
Yeah.
There we go. Is Spurs the sequel? So is Spurs like the sequel to Succession? Only time will tell. Only time will tell. I just saw you brought someone's name up that I hadn't seen for ages, and I'm just trying to find it. Where was it? Where's John? Was it John? Where's it got? I'm going to find him because I want to say hello to him because I haven't seen him for ages. But yeah, carry on with the questions whilst I try and find him. There he is. There he is. I haven't seen John Ratcher once upon a rhyme for ages. Big up to you, buddy. Very good to see you. Go on, Ben. Carry on with the questions.
Sean will pivot. Big up, Sean. I love Sean. Sean is such a nice guy. I'm a big fan of Sean. Whenever I always see Sean, he's a good bloke.
We wildly disagree on football. We did wildly disagree on football or the ownership, shall we say? Although he's been very critical of them in the lead up to all of this. But yeah, Sean is a lovely guy. We just wildly disagree.
And you can disagree with your friends.
Exactly. Of course you can. Of course you can.
It's like myself and my family. We disagree on everything. We disagree on whether windows are windows.
Before we deal with George's, we've got to deal with Sam's.
Oh, okay, yeah.
This is a bit, Joe. What? This is a real big talking point. This is a real big talking point. He does love keepers with great distribution, but hopefully, with his goalkeeping coach, he can teach this to Vicario and actually study or work on and develop Vicario's distribution because his shot stopping is second to none. It really is. If he can work on his distribution, but Kinski, I think Thomas Frank is going to absolutely love him. And big up to Ghosted, who I just saw has entered in the chat. But yeah, now what do you think about Kinski?
I think Kinski's a bit flappy, but so is Vicario. I don't know, to be honest. I really like Vicario as a goalkeeper, not to upset our good friend Mr. James Flower, because he's going to be listening at some point. He's going to barge in at some point and go, he's going to come in and say Brian Daigle loves David Raya. What does he know?
Sure. Well, Thomas Frank did. What does he know, eh?
What does he know? What does he know? I like both of them. Kinski's got to improve his... Sometimes he makes some really rash mistakes, but at one point last season, he was the goalkeeper with the highest pass accuracy in the world, in Europe.
There you go.
So if he can do it, if he can coach him and the defense is solid, both those keepers, we need 2 goalkeepers anyway. We need 2 goalkeepers. For 4 competitions, you need 2 goalkeepers. Vicario and Kinski can't play every single game. It's very tiring playing this style of football. So we'll have to keep on rotating them, and hopefully both of them will offer different tools.
And there you go. So next one is from Georgie again. Oh, this will be a good game. $1 billion. No. What do you reckon? Are we talking? Are we speaking net or are we speaking total? Let's just go total. Let's just go total. How much do you reckon Spurs will slap down?
£150 million, I would say, in the first window.
I'm
going net as well, ingoings and outgoings.
I think Spurs spend between 160 to 175 mil. I'm going to top yours. I think delusion may be taking over me right now. Yeah. I think delusion and happiness may be taking over me, but whether that, and I'm saying that's just on incomings. I'm not taking into consideration what's going out. So that's not net. I think Spurs' total spend on incomings will be around 160 mil.
£2.50.
That's my thought. What are other people? Let's see what other people think. What Spurs will spend.
Big up Nige.
What are other people thinking? What are other people thinking Spurs will spend just on incomings alone? Forget net and sending out. Kudos. Completely different things. But on this, my obsession for Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson far exceeds my obsession with Thomas Frank. So I would rather work with Dwayne Johnson. But let me just tell you, it's very, very hard for me with something. I was talking to Ben Daniel about this last night. People will know that I won't step foot in the stadium because I won't give Levy any money whatsoever. Not a single penny. Now we've got my guy Thomas Frank in. Ben was like, will you come into the stadium now if I gave you a ticket? And I was like, oh, do you know what? I couldn't. I won't. I don't think I will. It really made me, for the first time since 2.5 years, made me think, oh,
he's wobbled. He's wobbling.
I can't. I'm a man of my word when it comes to this. I just can't do it. Hopefully I'll be able to go to an away game with him whenever I'm back. But I'm just so over the moon. I am just so over the moon. If we start spending now, once Levy goes, I will be back in that stadium every single time I get home. Oh, mate, the Snickers bar might be a bit too much, mate. Maybe back in the day, a 10p chomp. A 10p chomp.
What about a Galaxy cookie crumble?
Maybe what he likes. But back to we got 2 more of these questions. Will any loaned out players get another chance under Frank? Valise is going. Hill is going. I think Solomon's gone.
I think Solomon will get a chance in pre-season, and if an offer comes in for him, we will sell him.
I honestly think.
I think currently Solomon is Spurs' best winger.
But
I don't consider Brennan Johnson to be a winger. I consider him to be a striker. Matisse Tell isn't at the club at the moment. He's gone back on whether he's returning or not. I think Solomon is our most informed winger at the football club. You've got to give him a chance.
I think if Solomon has the chance to go back to Leeds, where he's adored, and he knows he'll get regular first-team football, if Spurs sign a Semenya or something like that, he's not going to get a look in. He's not with Odebear, Mikey Moore. Well, we don't know about. There's so many wingers. I just can't see Solomon, who was blinding for Leeds last season. I just cannot see him getting a game. Yeah, Billy, big up, Billy. I think I've had a bang to the head. do you know what it is as well, Billy? I think, again, I'm looking at it with Vinay and Charrington in, and who knows, maybe more board members coming in. Obviously, the commotion at Spurs board level, I don't know why. It could be I'm just delirious on my Frankaholic withdrawals are coming in, and I'm going to Lally. Oh, mate, Junior Matthew has just put a question in. Big up, Eddie's brother. Big up, without a fucking question of a doubt. Without a question.
I'm not that much. I want the best for Tottenham Hotspur. I want the best for Tottenham Hotspur.
But this is where you're forgetting. Thomas Frank can develop players. People want to see the youngsters. If someone told me guaranteed in 3 windows he's gone. Wait, Junior, does that mean we can loan players? If I found the loophole.
It doesn't. Of course it doesn't.
No, it doesn't. If it says no spending, that's transfer fees.
Well, you've got loan fees.
You pay a loan fee, don't you? You've got to remember, mate. How many times have I come on here and other channels and said there isn't a question you could ask me where Levy leaves that I'll say no to. So I would say yeah.
We have a super chat. If you wish for your comment to be read out first, send it in as a super chat. It helps the channels out. It helps both myself as a small business owner with the coffee company, and it of course helps out Tottenham on Tour fund our stuff, our projects that we want to do, and of course the things we use to run the show. So thank you to Michael for the $5 super chat, and to everyone for putting in a super chat.
Yep.
He's just saying, Thomas Frank, I'm a Levy outer, but it was the right decision to thank Ange and part ways. I've wanted Thomas Frank at Tottenham Hotspur Football Club for a while. So has Brian. I've not been on the Thomas the Frank engine long. I've always liked him as a coach. I think he's a really sensible, good bloke, and I'm really looking forward to see what he does. But yeah, I'm excited as well. I
am honestly, Michael. I am so happy with this. I will say I kind of flip-flopped with Ange, and if he had started the season, I would have been fine with it, but I thought the writing was on the wall. I think the way Spurs have handled it has been disgraceful. I think Spurs as a whole have acted absolutely despicably towards Ange, towards the fans. To not that he gives a damn fuck about the Tottenham Hotspur fans, Levy, but Thomas Frank, from when we lost to Brentford on Harry Kane's last Premier League game, when he came out in the second, I wanted him since then. I honestly, I'm so happy. And like you, I think do you know what? I think a lot more people are now starting to say, I have seen what he's done. I've started watching video. I think a lot more people will start to watch Thomas Frank bits now for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
Then I think people change their mind. I'm just delighted. Big up, Mark.
Brian Daigle. He's a franker.
Damn right. I am a raging franker. I'm a merchant franker. Whatever you want to call me. Super fan. Frank, I'm a Frankaholic. Yep. He is him is my hashtag. I honestly, I delighted. Absolutely goddamn. I'm just checking if Spurs have announced anything.
No, they haven't. They'll never do anything for us, Brian. They'll never do anything.
No, I mean, you look at it now. Let's have that conversation now. Oh no, they posted 59 minutes ago that Sonny's won in career. And then the last thing they posted was Brennan and Ben in the defeat to Belgium. When do we think this announcement is officially coming from Tottenham Hotspur? Will it be coming today?
I don't know.
Yeah, do you know what could be?
I think it will be.
I hope it's today. I think they will do. What time is it now? 3 o'clock back home. Just gone 3.
3:05.
5 past. Oh, we'll get some coming in. Like I said, Gabi, I don't know how long you've been in the show, brother, but I actually think, big up, Ashley. I think this window literally. Oh, there you go.
The Nacho Slayer has spoken.
Let's have a look and see if they've unpinned. Yeah, nothing's pinned on Twitter. I think I think it'll be today. But like I said, this window could be. I think this window, we've always said this is the window we do things. This is the window that goes on. This is such a telling moment for Tottenham Hotspur and the direction of this football club. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. But also, again, when you look at it, when people say, and rightfully so, there's a lot of people going, "This is Levy's perfect manager. Works on a small budget." Yeah, they do that. He has done, but he's had to at Brentford. He's had to. That's the thing. We don't know what he's. Oh, Junior, I literally was just on Twitter right now. Literally, he is
brilliant.
Oh, mate, he is
winding you up.
No, he's doing. He has speed to him so much. He's such a funny guy. He's such a funny guy, and he always has my back when I'm going through low moments and shit's on there. He is. Just seen his next comment. He is. He's always had my back for no matter what, personal and Tottenham wise. I love Junior Mafia big time.
We got Athens in the house, European champion. Jason Bell, YouTube member, of course, European champion.
Damn right.
We got Nick. Good to see you, buddy. Hopefully you're well, sir. Hopefully you're well. What would be his first interview? I don't know. Get the investor money in, maybe 200 million. I hope
Gavin's gone big. Gavin's going big. I don't think I've seen Gavin in the chat before. Welcome, brother.
Good to see you, Gavin. Good to see you.
It's so weird. Every time I see Aussie Frank Lover, it's taking me a while to adjust. I still see, and then I realise.
Could you imagine? With an announcement on you are that's very positive.
Could you imagine?
Good stuff, Eddies. Well done to you, son.
Well done, Eddies, brother. Big up.
Well done.
Big
well
up,
done.
mate.
Congratulations. Muzzle tov to you. I just got a carrier pigeon from the club. It's done.
Smoke signals. Smoke signals will come out. Oh no, we won't. We're the greenest team. We're the greenest team in the world, aren't we? But we fly to Korea to play Arsenal and Newcastle.
Indeed.
Didn't we play Newcastle in Australia last year?
Yeah, we did.
Nice. That's what we need.
I see a signing of 80 million for one player incoming, and I hope that's Eberechi Eze.
Well, no, it won't be Eberechi Eze. Eberechi is 68 million done. It will be 6.
I think there's an extra fee on it as well, Aki. I think there's an extra fee on it.
The release fee is 60. The additional is the 8 million. It's 68 million. But if we saw an 80 million pound player, then do you know what? This season, you can only pick one. Do you reckon we break our wage ceiling and someone gets higher than Son and we break the wage structure? Or do you think we break our transfer fee?
If we break the wage structure, I think it's Romero getting a contract extension rather than us signing a new player. That's what I think.
I get that. So you're saying, so if you had your choice right now, I don't mean just smash the wage structure for a new player, which would be great as well. Oh, Mike, do you know what? I think Michael's had the bang to the head like me. He's going both.
Yeah.
He's going both. We've got transfer fee. I think it'll be bigger it'll be a bigger sign of things to change if the wages change. Even if it is Romero, if the wages, don't think we'll break either. Maybe.
No, Angus. Maybe. No. What, Lee, the Dorset Spur? Good to see you, Lee.
Big up, Lee. I love you.
Hopefully you're well, sir. Hopefully you're well. So, afternoon, boys. Big window this time. Tell us what we need to know about the future. Hopefully a good one. Romero.
I was talking to Lee very, very early this morning, my time, very early after the Frank Here We Go. And like a lot of people, everyone is now, right, let's see what Levy does. It's perfect for Levy. Not Lee saying perfect for Levy. There's a lot of, this is perfect for Levy. It's going to be cheap. And you can understand those, but I don't see it that way. But I totally understand why people do. He's going for both. My God, Aussie is filling. Aussie is a Frankaholic. Aussie is a Frankaholic. I am loving. We're recruiting people for rehab in the Frankaholic. See, Branthwaite. I love Branthwaite.
I like Branthwaite as well. I think Branthwaite is a good player.
I think Branthwaite's a very good player. But after seeing the stats from Nathan Collins, who yes is 2 years older, he will be I'm going to sound so Levy. He's going to be the cheaper option. But he had the stat. But I do love Branthwaite. I think he's exceptional. I think he's going to be a star. Just like, you know how Everton seems to do it, like they did with John Stones. They find these centre backs from the lower divisions, and they pick their centre backs very, very well from the lower divisions.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know what you mean, Rodders. I don't know if you're saying that Sanderberg's a good signing or not signing. I don't know. I think he's a good player. I'd like to have a Paulinho, but Paulinho is going to be 30 this year, and he's a £30 million. It is a big risk. I'd like to be signing a Paulinho. The money's got to be right. Of course, with Paulinho, we can wipe off a bit more of that debt if they just give him to us. Just wipe off that debt.
I have to say, before you bring up Andrew John's comment, which is fucking brilliant, going back to Lord Rodney Trotter, I think what we've got to look at, I think people, like you say with Sandberg, you've got to, the way I'm looking at it is there's certain players we need big players in. There are exactly all are welcome. He's going to be chief recruitment officer for the Francaholics, seeing that Matty Kay got barred. I think players like Sanderberg, and I'm just using an example, might come. But I think there will be players that need a bigger impact. We're going to need big impact players and players that will come in and do a job. And Sanderberg is just an example of one of them. But I do think, and I agree with the plonker in Royal British Trotter with, I think for a number 6, we need a bona fide, literal demon. Who are you looking at? Even to Paulinho. Why are you a no to Paulinho, Trotter?
I think Rodders likes. I believe Rodders likes Douglas Luiz or someone of that one, someone that can pass. I do like Douglas Luiz. I do like him. Yeah, I like a Douglas Luiz as well. Stones going back to Everton would be a good move for his career, but he is a very injury-prone.
Julian Matthews just put one. There's a lot of people. Edison would be a very good one. Would be incredible. Who would people want? That's it. Who would people want as their number 6? Let's have a look. I think a lot will say Paulinho. I think Paulinho and Luis will be You're going Sanderberg, aren't you?
Yeah, someone solid, someone that's solid, someone we can get a long time out of, someone that can be coached still. Locatelli's good, but I think Locatelli's a bit too slow. I think he's a bit too slow for the system, but his passing.
Sam, do you know what? This one, he's going to be used more centrally, that's for damn sure. He'll play off Solanke. Not like a Teddy Sheringham Klinsmann kind of thing, but he will be more central. He will definitely, I think his days on the wing will be for emergency purposes only. And I think you'll see him a lot more central. Who would you say then, Lord Rodney Trotter? Who is has he put it in at all, his number 6?
No, he hasn't.
Let's see what he says.
Dougie Fresh Louise. My wife is Portuguese, so I'm going Paulinho.
There you go.
Paulinho, but happy with Berg Everson. Norgard is a good shout as well. I do like Norgard as
Yeah, this is the thing. Where you look at, we were talking about people, and where you take it. Brentford aren't going to. Well, Believer's going to be a stupendous amount of money.
Never happening. I love Kimmich. That's never happening. Never.
I thought, what was we just talking about just before then? Yeah, stripping Brentford. I don't think they're going to let us take their manager, their coaching staff, and then their captain. I just can't see it happening. I just can't see it happening. There's so many. Do you know what? Number 6 used to be a position where there was only a few that really stood out. There was only a few that really, really stood out. But I think there is a fair few in there that's available now, or on the market that you could go for. I really, really do think. I really do think that number 6, I think, will be our first or second signing. That's for damn sure. It will be high on the priority list for Thomas Frank. I'm just refreshing Spurs. Nope, still no news. In fact, I think if there was
Brentford.
Yeah, Junior. Let's do that. Man City are on a rebuild. Let's put in a cheeky bid for Rodri. Let's see. Let's test up. Daniel Levy's opening bid would be what you said before, £2.50 and a can't remember what he said. Okay, there's £2.50 and a something, but a number 6 is pivotal for us. Actually, Crossamano is in the building, and Mark, if the Nacho Slayer is still here.
Yeah.
Johnson, do you see him being more central now, and definitely not out on the right? Where is his best position in a top? That's it, $5.99 and Snickers. Where do you see Brennan Johnson's best position in a Frank setup? I think it will. I think he will definitely be centrally. I think he will be too central. Could you imagine? Could you? Could you imagine if Spurs all of a sudden went and put a
striker? Always has been a shadow striker.
There you go.
On the bench. Boo.
Well, you look at this is the thing. What I will say with this is, if Son stays, Sonny will move central with Solanke, and they'll rotate with the three of them. I think we'll need to bring someone in, but I think you see a completely different Brennan Johnson this year, and a lot more ruthless than just a back post tapping. I really do. I think he's going to improve no end.
$1.99 and a Vegemite sandwich.
For Rodri, that'd be quite a bit. That'd be quite something.
Isaacson instead of Thermo.
Yep.
You don't know. We can be Brentford on steroids. I agree. Swap Bissouma, I think, is going to go to Fenerbahce. I believe that is
the Puller Jose. The Puller Jose.
Transfer deadline tonight, guys. Transfer deadline day is tonight, apparently.
Yeah, for the
good, but he is a gooner. He needs to remove that tattoo ASAP.
Yeah, this isn't like he isn't like Matt Doherty that might have put a few Arsenal tweets out in the past. This guy has got a filth crest on his body. And we heard Daniel Levy telling James Maddison not to come to training in a red car. Well, can you imagine walking into the Spurs training ground with a blooming filth tattoo on you? The initiation process wouldn't be sing a song. It'll be laser treatment. Get that tattoo removed.
Indeed.
Mate, Blissy, we ain't going to see when we say mid-table. What are people calling mid-table? It sounds like a stupid thing, but
mid-table's 10th.
Yeah,
mid-table's 10th.
No, but it looks to people say like 8th to 14th kind of thing or whatever. Because if people think this is the thing, people when they say welcome back to mid-table, right now with all the teams above us, I don't know what people are expecting.
Yeah.
If we get 8th and above this season, league-wise, that's huge progress from last season for me. And it's like, right, okay, we got there after a horrible season last season. What do you need to build on to start challenging for that top 4 again? We had it with Poch where we were top 4 regulars, and pretty much everyone would say to us at the beginning of the season, top 4, Tottenham are in it. We're not that team right now. Because of how we have let this slip, we are not that team anymore. So we've got to start from somewhere and build again. Just like what Martin Yole did when he started building us again. We're back at Martin Yole levels. We got to start from scratch again and build up. Mate, Fajo has just mentioned a player that if you must have been missing from the channel, because this man to me is very, very, very high on the list. I would, if we sign Morgan Gibbs-White this summer, I would 100% be all over that. I think Morgan Gibbs-White is an exceptional player. Exceptional. I would love him. But you got to remember as well, like we were speaking, there's Premier League teams after Ange, and if Nuno is to go, I wouldn't put money against it being Ange Postecoglou. And Ange Postecoglou selling one of the star players to us ain't happening. Ain't happening one bit. But I would love Morgan Gibbs-White at Tottenham Hotspur big time. I actually went Eze, Gibbs-White, Maddison when we were trying to sign them, or when we signed Maddison, and I still stand by that. That list doesn't change for me. Even though Maddison played extremely well towards the end of the season, I'd have Morgan Gibbs-White or Eze over Maddison any day of the week. You the same, Ben?
I really like Morgan Gibbs-White. I really like him. I'm not sure yet. I do like him as a player, and I think he's doing really well at the moment. I just don't know. I think he's got a higher ceiling in him. But we'll have to see. I really, really do like him. For me, Eze is the guy. If you ask me between Eze and Morgan Gibbs-White, I'm taking Eze every day of the week. Eze gets me off my seat as a football fan.
Morgan Gibbs-White, I think, Morgan Gibbs-White gives you the engine that Thomas. What a pun! Gives you the engine that Thomas needs.
Yeah.
I'm going to refer to him as first name now. Me and him are so tight. But yeah, Morgan Gibbs-White gives you the engine. I think he's a brilliant player. I can't believe Thomas Tuchel didn't use him against Andorra and started what's his name, Henderson.
Madueke, awful. He was awful for England.
There are a lot of players that were awful in that England game. Let's be serious. I would love Morgan Gibbs-White at Tottenham Hotspur. Nothing would give me more satisfaction. Actually, yes, they would. But I love him. I love Morgan Gibbs-White. We're going to end the show in 9 minutes, guys. In 9 minutes.
I think we should begin to wrap up because we got some things to do.
We can do that.
Let's answer a couple more things. And then we can end the show there. We've got a few more questions. We got one from Phil P. When Levy goes, will the congregation join me in Bruce Castle Park to bury our purple and gold and change the Spurs scarf? I'm not going to bury it. It's a memory. It's a memory that we really, really like.
I don't know where mine is, but I will say that the day that Levy goes, I am going to have a month-long celebration, minimum 1 month, where I will stream every day, maybe even twice or 3 times, just me smiling and dancing. It may be for some of them. I will also try my hardest to get back home to England just to celebrate with all the people that changed for Spurs that marched, all the original Levy outers. I'll go to the training ground and start chucking those streamers. I will have. I honestly, that will be the day. That will be the month, 3 months, whatever it may be.
Yeah. What happens with Sonny? I think he's gone. And it will be very, very sad, but it's time to move into the future. His legs have gone. So unfortunately.
I think the same in the way that he's won his trophy. He may want to try something new, and fair play to him for all his loyalty. I hope, the way I look at it with Sonny, I hope the conditions are Sonny will leave this football club if he decides it's time for pastures new. If he decides he wants to stay but Spurs want to cash in, then I hope he says, right, listen, I got the trophy. This is the perfect time to say goodbye. I just hope if he does go, he gets to say goodbye properly. Unlike Kane, he deserves a massive goodbye celebration. Not celebration he's going, but celebration as thank you for everything you've done for this football club.
Who would you think will be the biggest spenders this window? Manchester City.
Well, you say that.
They've already spent a lot this window already.
You say that. If Liverpool get worse, that's over 100 million.
Yeah.
They've already got. So I think it's between those.
They've rejected it.
No, but they could come back. They could come back. So it's going to be between those two.
Could Frank turn Tell into a world-class attacker? We just don't know. If he's going to be here. We'll have to see. What do you think? With
me, I'm kind of on the way that I think he's going to want that money to spend elsewhere.
Yeah.
I think if Andrew was here, this would have been done deal. I don't know if he comes. If he does come, like Simeon said, what you got to look at, if we get him, Semenya, whatever, Son is clearly going. So that we'll see what wingers come in. but we'll see on that one. But Brian, how much do you know? Do you know how much?
60 million. 60 million.
Yeah, that's the what we're hearing. This one that's I think is going to develop, and I think there might be a bidding war. But I think from what we're hearing right now, they're talking 60 million.
On that note, guys, we are actually going to end the show here. Thank you so much again. We've done one of the longer shows again. We've done one of our longer shows. We're going to continue to do our long Frank-alongs if we think the conversation's good. But we are going to be redirecting to the Spurs Talk Show over with Sean Butler and probably our good friend Johnny as well, if he's on there. I don't know who's on there. So please, everyone, go into Sean Butler's chat and post Coffee on Tour raid, so everyone knows that it's both Tottenham on Tour and the Kauffie Company going to visit Mr. Sean Butler and his troupe. But thank you all so much for watching today's show. Have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. And as always, if you smell what the cough is brewing, take it away.
I will say a few things right now, just before we wrap up. I will be doing a fan show tomorrow. Whether Ben wants to join me or not, it depends on the time, and we'll sort out a time where it will be anyone can come on. We'll put the link in StreamYard. Everyone will come on. We can speak Thomas Frank and all things Spurs. There will be a new Tottenham on Tour show that I will be hosting with Eugene. People will know Eugene from other channels. You'll see what it's going to be called, but we're going to try and do it tonight or tomorrow night, discussing all things Frank, and it will be a monthly show on the 1st or 2nd of every month, discussing all things the previous month from Thomas Frank. Obviously, me a Frankaholic. He isn't fully Frankaholic yet. He's kind of over here, but he's warming to the idea. That's it. He's Frank Curious. So there's going to be a lot more shows coming from Tottenham on Tour. And as Ben said, it's been great doing these Frankaholic extra rehab sessions. Have a great day, whatever you are doing. Welcome to the Frankaholic Rehab Centre. And as always, Levy out. Tottenham Tour.